An overview of Scrum and the Scrum framework. What is a Scrum? A Scrum is a framework used to implement agile development. In the Scrum framework, a product backlog is divided into smaller sprint backlogs for the members to work on, in shifts called sprints. We'll see this in detail. Who is a Scrum Master? This person mainly leads the meeting and makes sure that everyone in the Scrum team has all the resources they need to proceed with their work. If any member of the Scrum team has any issue which is preventing them from working, it is up to the Scrum Master to ensure that the issue is resolved. All members deliver a progress report to the Scrum Master in every meeting. What is a Scrum team? A Scrum team consists of the people actively working for the organization. They are usually assigned different jobs to complete for the organization and are also responsible to report their progress every day at the Scrum. Every member of the Scrum team will briefly describe the work done since the last Scrum meeting, usually the previous day, and also what they plan to do till the next meeting in some cases. What is a Scrum meeting? A Scrum meeting is a common practice seen performed by organizations which follow agile methodology. It is a quick meeting which generally lasts less than 15 minutes at a time but is held as often as every day to catch up on the progress of various people working for the organization. New ideas and such are not discussed in the meeting. How does a Scrum meeting take place? The Scrum Master calls out attendance and finalizes the Scrum team before the Scrum meeting. Once the meeting begins, the Scrum Master allots time for each members of the Scrum team to present their report. In person, this kind of meeting is always held standing to make sure the meeting does not take long time. What happens in a Scrum meeting? Scrum Master takes attendance of the team and assigns the order. Every member briefly states what they have worked on and reports obstacles in their work, if any. The Scrum Master arranges for resolution of the obstacles. The meeting is over when all the members have given their reports. What is a sprint? A sprint is a plan made in a Scrum meeting about what is to be done till the next Scrum meeting. It usually lasts between a day and a few weeks. It accounts for the working hours of the team, the vacations they get and what they can get done till the next Scrum in their working hours. What's a product backlog? Product backlog is a list of the work that needs to be performed in order to create, maintain and sustain a product, usually a software. This list is managed by the product owner, who will usually be the head of the organization in consideration. What about sprint backlog? Can be considered as the dev team's equivalent of the product backlog. It has all the works which are to be carried out in that particular sprint, thus is considered as a forecast of functionality and its delivery. This is maintained by the development team. What is an increment? An increment is a set of all work carried out during a single sprint cycle. It can be a piece of software, new features of product or issue resolution of the product. All the increments together as a whole make up the product. What are sprint reviews? A limited time action performed towards the end of a sprint cycle to assess the work done during the sprint and its impact on the product and the users of the product. There is updating of the product backlog based on this sprint review. What are sprint retrospectives? Sprint retrospective is another limited time action performed at the end of a sprint cycle, where the team discusses the progress of the current sprint, ends it and plans ahead for the next sprint. Thus, sprint retrospective is the last event of any sprint cycle. Difference between sprint review and sprint retrospective. In sprint review, sprint progress is the main discussion and it comes before sprint retrospective. In sprint retrospective, planning of the next sprint is the main discussion and it is the last event of a sprint. Thank you for watching this video.